Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. I've started having a look at this rather battered signal box, which will be the Chapelon Crosti signal box. And this signal box here, as I told you in a previous video, could actually work both for HO and double O running. So let's have a look at the thing. This is a Jouef. So first things first, you'll see that the framing is missing here because this is a brick building with, I don't know, this is grey plastic. I don't know if it's supposed to be wooden framing or steel frame, cast iron frame. I'd have to have a look at some photographs, some reference photographs in the real world. You can see that the framing's missing here, but why is the framing missing there? So let's take the roof off. You can see there's a big long stovepipe on there, so when you fit the roof on, you make sure you glue the stovepipe onto the stove, because there's a nice little stove in the corner. This way the signalman can stay warm in winter, like in a damp, foggy day like today, with a bench and a table. Here's the big panel with all the lines, and we also have the big levers for the points and the signals. So that's very, very nice. So if you look carefully, you'll see that the external framing has been fitted internally. And of course, this has caused the whole building to be very irregular and it's not been assembled very well. Nothing straight, nothing's parallel, and probably, I suppose, this was assembled by a kid, by a young person. And okay, I don't know how clear the instructions are on these model kits. Maybe they just made a mistake. I mean, there's no point in judging, because I myself, I remember using at the very beginning I was using Yoo-hoo glue, and some pretty terrible results in my model kits. Then when I was 11, 12, I began using proper cement, like liquid cement, like the Tamiya cement. It wasn't Tamiya cement, it was another brand, but it was the same idea. Anyway, when I restore this, I will be using glue and glaze mostly, and I will tell you what I did last night. So as you can see, this wall here has already been removed, and I've succeeded I removed the glazing. So this is the state of the glazing, and the glazing, I've got plenty of modelling glazing, so I'll be putting new glazing on these ends. At the ends, I'll be keeping the original glazing here on the sides because they've been assembled correctly. This here was fitted inside like that, and with the wall panelling on the wrong side. So as you can see, I'll show you how it looks now. So watch it. That goes there, and this here goes here. Right, there we go. I'm holding the phone with my left hand on the tripod, and this way we can see things better. So that's what it'll look like. And this little door goes under here, caught underneath, okay? If we look at it carefully, you'll see that here there's even a light switch in the moulding, and the cable that goes up here, because here there should be a little lamp, on a bracket, which was never fitted. And I know that because I've been looking at photographs of properly assembled such signal boxes, and also found somebody was selling on Vinted an unassembled one in a box for something like €35. I paid much less, because this thing here is in a pretty dire condition. So after removing the frame here, this frame here, which was a glazing glued on top of it, I managed to remove most of the glue, which is this really nasty, probably modelling glue out of a tube. I managed to remove it using sandpaper, and the file. So I'll file that down. So I'll be, before gluing everything together again, I'll actually give this a coat of grey paint. I'll mix some grey paint. I'm planning to keep things grey, to keep the framing grey, because anyway I would have to then, if I make another colour, I'll have to then go and repaint here, and I'd have to mask the wall and all the rest of it, and no, it's grey it was, grey it's staying. And here there are some missing parts here, which are actually here where the stairs are. Because yes, I thought the stairs were missing, the stairs are not missing. We have the stairs with a banister, with one banister which is on, it's hanging on by a thread of plastic. The other banister has come off. Here it is. But once we get this here cleaned and reassembled, this will be the last thing that goes on. We'll manage to fix it up and to fix the banisters properly. So I'm putting them away out the road now. We don't want them to have, get sore head and have problems. This wall here wasn't fitted properly, so what I've done, I've already managed to unglue this wall over here. I've already managed to unglue the two walls down here. I still have to unglue this one here. How am I ungluing? I'm not even using plastic levers. I'm using this clay modeling tool. I'm just going in. This is pretty thin, and I'm sort of making a twisting movement to snap the glue. So when I reassemble this, I'll be using glue and glaze. I won't be using Tamiya cement, which would be ideal, because this is styrene in the end. That would be ideal. I might use a mix of the two, but I think I'll be using glue and glaze mainly because the joins are not going to be flush. Everything has got nasty old glue on top of it, and things might not react properly. So then in here on that wall, you can see where there's towards the top, you see a round mark. This Jouef light bulb holder was glued on, which is interesting just to have it already wired up. But the problem is, in that position, it's impossible to change the bulb. The bulb's in there, it works. So probably I won't refit that, because I'll simply make a hole in the bottom on the baseboard of the Chapelon Crosti layout and just stick one of the LED Christmas lights through, and that will do all the lighting. Before, considering I'm dismantling this here, or dismantling it as much as possible, I'm actually going to cover the internal walls with black paper, and then I'll fit some light coloured paper on top of it, or I'll paint the paper with a light acrylic paint. But why? Because if I put black paper and I leave it black, that paper will absorb the light, and then the light that will be in here won't be bright enough. So what I'm interested in is to stop the light from seeping through the walls, yes, but have a nice bright interior to reflect the light, which is the job I did in the station. The station I just painted it over with some ivory coloured paint, and here I might just use some acrylic white, not even modelling paint, but some other acrylic paint I have in house, because I want to try doing some proper painting on canvas, and I bought some acrylic paints, but that's another story. Let's see if I manage to do some of these interesting things during the Christmas holidays. And I'll probably here put some black paper at the base, at the bottom here, and there as well, just black paper to stop the light from seeping through the panels. Here you can see that there is this Neustadt in the box. You can have give it various identities. There's Villeneuve, which is also Neustadt in German, so Newtown, and this is just paper label glued on, and I'm going to take that off, and as you can see, it's made over here. I'll make a nice nameplate using 0.30mm styrene, and I'll actually make a decal in this case here. So a nice decal, and that'll look very, very nice. With the decals, I can even choose whether to make white writing on a black background, which would be consistent with the station, because anyway the white styrene would act as the background, would act as for the writing, so the white, I'll have a look anyway at some reference photographs and decide what to do. Of course, I don't have a colour printer, so I can't print anything in red. But we have to see what was written on these French signal boxes, apart from the fact that I might even make a removable nameplate, because I'm planning to use this here also on the 00 for 00, because it's quite tall, so it would be okay even in 00. And I'd like to be able to change its identity, you know, because it'll be Chapelon Crosti for the HO running, and I was thinking to call the 00 village, give it the name of a British railway engineer. So we'll actually make I might see about making a sort of how you say, a survey, and asking you your opinion in a survey to see what do we call the British one. I'll propose a few names, maybe even something that has a Scottish railway engineer. Let's see. I don't know. I've not made my mind. Anyway, first we have to get this Chapelon Crosti running at least in HO properly, and then we can think about 00. Okay, so I think that's all. I don't have anything else to tell you about this thing here. So I'm pleased I managed to unglue this side here without any problems, so that's good. And now the next job is to get this one here done. I have to be very careful with these little brackets because they're glued on separate. These brackets under here, they're very nice. There's one missing one, but I'll rebuild them using wire, copper wire, and that's an easy, that's perfectly feasible job. So okay, I love the stove. That's nice. The stove's very nice, and the stovepipe is very good. And the interesting thing about this signal box is it's giving me ideas on how to improve my Lima signal box that you've seen on the Brunel layout, which is up there, and which I think I glued together using Yoo-hoo glue, in fact, and that should be, I don't know, but that's dark brown. It's up there. You can see it up there. So it's dark brown, and we don't have any problems of you know, light seeping through the walls. Okay, very well. If you liked the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That's very useful. And share the video, and also let me know your thoughts, what you think about this signal box and other such things. And I see that Jouef's model, Jouef's range of model buildings was fantastic, very comprehensive, and really good quality. Because even if this one here was assembled back to front, probably I think by a young person that made a mistake and just got confused and then continued building it, I don't know. Anyway, that's that. It's very nice. Okay, cheerio, and see you next time.